Hello everyone, Adriana here with another video. Hope you're having an amazing day. Now, I've been waiting to do this video about the cannabis stocks because of recent news about certain states approving some sort of cannabis legalization, which I thought was incredible because this, in my opinion, is an industry with an excellent growth potential and that it is going to be an emerging market as well. Even more today, since this new administration will supposedly be beneficial for the MJ industry, just like with the EV industry as well. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. Consider subscribing for more content and smashing that like button. Also, I have a completely free Discord group chat, which the link for that is down in the description below if you would like to join and discuss any investment strategies, stocks, or more. But right now, MJ is legal for recreational use in 15 states, while for medical use, it is approved in 34 states as of February 2021. But on February 25th, New Mexico House Committee approves MJ legalization bill. Also in Pennsylvania and Alabama approved some sort of cannabis legalization as well. Even though Canada officially legalized MJ nationwide in 2018, the US has not followed suit, forcing states to chart their own courses. As it stands, MJ is still considered an illegal scheduled drug by the US federal government, but Joe Biden's victory in the presidential election and the Democratic Party's control of Congress could give MJ a bigger boost in the US. This creates, in my opinion, kind of a domino effect, which while more and more states approve the MJ recreational and medical use, MJ companies will be able to expand faster, which means that their stock might go higher as well. Now, obviously, there are a lot of MJ stocks that might be worth looking at to invest in the long term. Today, I will talk about some of them that I liked and I think they have potential long term. The first company in this list is Trulieve, ticker symbol TCNNF. First and most important, they dominate the medical cannabis market here in Florida, while also building operations in other states such as Massachusetts, Connecticut, California, and more. One of the things that impressed me the most about this company is how fast they are expanding. Just this year, they opened their second location in Gainesville on January 13th, another one on Summerfield on January 21st, in Sebastian on January 27th, got approved for a dispensary in West Virginia, opened third location in Jacksonville, and lastly, on February 26th, so last Friday, they opened first dispensary in Tamarack, marking its 75th location in Florida. If that is not fast growing, I don't know what it is. They are currently in 6 states and have a total of 78 stores plus 2 million square feet cultivation spaces, and most importantly, it is a profitable company since 2017. Talking about growth, their revenue is also massively growing year over year. As you can see, they had a revenue of only $19 million in 2017, and the first 3 quarters of 2020, they reported a revenue of $353.2 million. Obviously, that is huge growth year over year, as you can see. And even though the growth has been decreasing, it is still having a nice growth as a company. As of Q3, they had a growth of about 40%, but if my calculations are right, and they end up the year with a revenue of about $450 and $520 million, that would be a nice growth of about 86% year over year. It's still huge growth. Take into consideration that they are only in 6 states and are dominant for medical MJ use in Florida, but while they expand to other states, they will be able to continue having such a nice growth, and even more since there is a nice potential for adult use ballot in 2022 in Florida, which means that Florida is planning on fully legalizing cannabis by 2022, which obviously would be a huge market for them since they are already dominant in the medical side of the business, plus because of all the tourists that visit Florida on a yearly basis. In 2019, there were 130 million tourists, and in 2020, 66 million tourists, even with the pandemic. Another point of intrigue with Trulieve is that it is the most nominally profitable pod stock in North America. By nominally profitable, I mean with regard to total income generated, as opposed to on a per share basis. Another thing that helped the company with its growth is its loyal customers, as in Q3 they announced that they had a 79% customer retention rate, meaning that almost 80% of their customers come back to continue consuming their product. Second company in this list is a very popular one called Cronos Group, ticker symbol CRON. It currently has a market cap of $3.75 billion. Cronos sells both medical and recreational cannabis as well. The difference is that most of their revenue comes from Canadian market, but they have production and distribution across 5 continents. They either fully own, have a joint venture, or distribute to all these places such as Colombia, Ontario, California, Israel, Poland, Germany, and many more. And with this, they are able to continue growing until they are able to have a strong global presence. Other than their vapes, dried cannabis, and pre-rolled products, they also have their prestige adult consumer goods and masstige adult consumer goods, which are basically US hemp-derived supplements, cosmetics, and CBD skincare products. Even though they are able to sell all their medical and recreational products in Canada, they are able to sell all their CBD and hemp products all over the US, excepting for Mississippi, Idaho, and DC. This is another company with a high revenue growth. As you can see, it has been growing year over year. They report a total revenue of $12 million in 2018 and went all the way up to $46 million by 2020, which is a growth of about 95% year over year. Obviously, the growth from 2018 to 2020 for Trulieve was way faster, but still think Cronos is having nice revenue growth year over year. The only thing analysts did not like was they reported a net loss of $111.7 million during Q4, which was wider than expected, but they are still sitting on a lot of cash. As you can see, they have over $1.07 billion in cash and cash equivalents, total assets of $1.9 billion, and liabilities of only $217 million, with absolutely no debt. Now they have this much cash because in March 2019, Altria, this tobacco company, invested $1.8 billion for a 45% stake in Cronos Group. Next stock in the list is one of the most popular and requested stocks in the YouTube space, which by this point, I assume you know I'm talking about Planet 13. This company is vertically integrated, which is incredible since they grow their own cannabis and then are able to make their own products for medical, retail, and wholesale markets. They currently have the Planet 13 superstores and medicine dispensary in Nevada, 3 cultivation and 3 production facilities, and are about to open a retail store called Santa Ana Superstore in California within the first half of this year. Their superstore in Las Vegas Strip is the largest dispensary in the world with different attractions, but I'm sure you have seen all this before, and if you haven't, I have a more in-depth video about this company. They have not posted Q4 earnings yet, but you can see that yes, they got affected by COVID-19 in Q2 as most companies did, but Q3 they reported $22.8 million in revenue, which is a nice growth of over 36% year over year. And I think that Q4 was a nice quarter for them as well, but we would have to wait and see for the report. Still, I think they can continue to maintain such growth as now they will open their Santa Ana Superstore, and within the next 5 years, they are expecting to have over 8 superstores open by then. Just like Cronos, they don't only have their vaping products, but also Dreamland chocolate, which is supposed to help people sleep better, also have gummies and CBD products. And something I have to say is that they have a very nice balance sheet with over $125 million in assets and only $39 million in liabilities, in which only $886,000 is long-term debt. I do know there are other companies like MedMen, which I'm still doing research on it, or companies like Tilray, Canopy, Jazz Pharmaceuticals, and others that might be having a nice revenue growth as well, but these are the ones I found more interesting at the moment because I'm still doing research on others like MedMen, as I said. I currently do not own any cannabis stock, but I'm looking to start a position in one of them after some more research. I think this is an industry with a nice long-term growth as more and more states and countries start legalizing recreational use of MJ, and that will help companies to see an even better growth in the long term. Obviously, I like a lot Trulieve because of their fast growth, their dominance in the Florida market, and most importantly, their profitability. Cronos and Planet 13 also have nice revenue growth and have still even more potential to expand as well. So I do think that this industry is worth looking at and investing for the long term. Let me know in the comment section below if you already knew about these 3 companies and if you are investing in the cannabis industry. If so, in which stocks are you invested in? Hope you enjoyed the video. Please smash that like button and subscribe since it really helps the channel out with the algorithm. Remember about the completely free Discord group chat. Thank you and see you next time.